Hello and welcome to week 4 of Align Yourself, Simple Awareness Practices for Inner Transformation. I am Angelle Marie, and first I just want to congratulate everyone for making it through this 4 weeks. We're on our very last week of this exploration. I hope that you have been having fun, exploring, integrating, learning, and seeing what resonates for you as you develop your personal toolkit of awareness practices to help you achieve inner transformation. So for week 1, we did pause and breathe. I invited you to take a moment once in the morning and once in the afternoon to just pause and practice some deep breathing exercises. I hope that you were able to find a breathing practice that works for you and helps to bring some calm to your life. In week 2, we did pause and scan. That week, if you remember, you explored the body scan meditation, just tapping into your body's subtle energies and starting to understand the messages and communications that our bodies send us. Week 3, we just finished pause and check in. This past week, I invited you to take a moment to just tap into your emotions and to actually identify more specifically what you are feeling in that present moment. And if you remember, emotions are simply energy in motion. And as you understand and recognize your emotions, you can more easily be in control of them as opposed to having them control you. And for week 4, I am super excited to share this awareness practice with you, which is called pause and script. So pause and script involves really becoming an intentional author of your life story. As I've shared with some of you, one of my struggles along the way was just feeling like I was following a path, living a script that someone else wrote. And as I started these awareness practices and tuning into my inner being and understanding myself on a different level, I have learned that I can create my reality and I can script my life and become more intentional in my living. And this really empowers you to step into your fullest self and to live a life that you desire and you deserve. Scripting is so powerful. Some of you might be aware of vision boards or other methods that are very similar to what I'll be sharing with you today. But this week, this practice, as all of them have been along this journey, will only take a few minutes of your time. And for this practice, I encourage you to pick one time a day. The scripting you're going to do prior to entering a new environment, maybe meeting with a friend or a family member. You can also do it right before you make a phone call or attend a meeting with someone. And the purpose of scripting is to just pause and really be intentional about what you want to receive, what you want to give, what you want to happen in a particular circumstance. And I really like to think about this as our lives being a movie. And we are somewhat of an observer of this movie. And we all know, I've been saying for a while, that the movie of 2020 has been crazy. It's been a thriller, a drama, sometimes a comedy show, a suspense, everything all wrapped up. Definitely a lot of action as well. But once you understand the power that you have to really take control of your life, you can navigate these movies and your movie of your life and navigate the individual scenes within your life. And so I like for you to think about the different moments in your life as a new scene. So when I pick up the phone and make a call to my mom, I'm starting a new scene in the movie of Angelle Marie. If I walk into a restaurant probably to the patio to have lunch with a friend, that is a new scene in my life. So this week, I invite you, before you enter a new scene during your day, to just take a couple of minutes to pause and script. So what does that mean? When you pause and script, going with this analogy of our lives being movies, we've got ourselves as the central character, and then our friends, families, strangers, passerbys as characters in your play, in your movie. And then of course you've got your scene, and you've got your action and your dialogue and everything else that goes into a particular scene in a movie. So for pause and script, I encourage you this week to take a moment to actually write this down. And as you start to get more comfortable with it, you can just go through this through your mind. So as you're about to start a new scene, just stop and write down who are going to be the characters in this scene. So for my example, I'm going to say that this will be a meeting with a business client. So before I pick up the call to have this meeting with the client, I'm going to write down who are the characters. Myself, the client, and maybe someone else that might be participating in the call. So that's my who. My where is I will be in my house on my phone. My what is to have a conversation with a client to communicate the status of a case that I'm working on for them. And this gets to the fun part. Now you get to actually script how you want the scene to go down, what you want to accomplish, and most importantly, what you want to feel during that scene. So in my example, the purpose of this call is to communicate the status of a case for this client, but I'm going to write down that I want this to be an easy flowing, smooth dialogue with the client, where I'm able to be concise and specific, but also really communicating the information well. I want in this scene that the other character, that the client, understand the information that I'm sharing and is receptive to receiving my recommendations for moving forward with the case. And then I encourage you to write down how you want to feel. So in this example, I want to feel, and you can always tap into that emotions list that we worked with this past week. I want to feel confident. I want to feel professional. I want to feel lighthearted. I want to feel engaged in this scene, which is the meeting with my client. So on my piece of paper, I'll have identified who the characters are, the where this scene is going to be played out, the what I want to accomplish, the how, and the how I will feel. And the feeling part, the emotional part, is very important to identify and to script. So once I've written all that down, that's it. From that point, I can do a quick review of what I've scripted for this scene, and I pick up the phone and have that call. Now, this is a really exciting practice because you can have a lot of fun playing around with it, and it's going to amaze you on how this simple practice of just pre-scripting a scene in your daily life will impact how that scene plays out. So I invite you this week to explore with this practice at least once a day. And again, just take 2 to 3 minutes to write out your scene. You can definitely take longer. I've had more important interactions or scenes where I have just really gotten specific on how I want the scene to play out, how I want to feel, how I hope the other person will receive what has gone on in the scene. So you can really have fun with this. So this week I invite you to pause and script. You can also tack this on and add this on to the other practices we've been working with. So before your new scene, you can pause and breathe, do a quick body scan to tap into your subtle energy, identify the emotions you're feeling in that moment, and then script it out and script out the emotions you want to feel as the scene plays out. Review your script briefly and enter the new scene of your life. I'm excited to hear how this awareness practice resonates with you throughout the week. I will be sharing benefits to this practice, as well as some quotes and information that will help you understand more about why I have chosen this as the fourth awareness practice of our 4-week exploration. Align Yourself, Simple Awareness Practices for Inner Transformation. I'm Angelle Marie, and I look forward to engaging with you on the Facebook group and online. Have a great week and stay aligned.